What's up, guys? Wow, that graphic came on quickly. I got two monitors going. This one's called Ask Me Anything. I usually get stuck trying not to get sidetracked in the chat. So I thought this time I would just sit here and watch the chat screen scroll in front of me. So ask me stuff. If I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it, but the meaning of life, who knows? Why do I wear an orange shirt? I don't know, because I feel like it. Why are my lights all blown out? Because I'm a jackass. No real topics, other than there was a good point, and I need to go dig this up here. I pushed a video out the other day, and was talking about the CNP exams being moved to private contractors. And let me find this. I saw this comment that was left, and it's worth reading. Where the hell is it? That's not it. Kind of funny.
How to win VA disability
Holy
benefits.
smokes. All right, where is it? Come on, you piece of junk. Sort by newest. Okay. Okay, cool. So I wonder if it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to just copy and paste this and throw it into my, no, it won't work. All right. So, I don't know if I could even share my desktop. Let's try that. That sounds like fun. Nope, can't do it. So anyway, I posted a video and got a lot of action on it, a lot of comments and stuff like that. And somebody wrote a really good comment, and I wanted to read it. So basically, this guy works with vets. He says that if you like, he's not a VA employee or a rater or anything like that. He said that veterans are showing up and talking about their symptoms, like they're reading the 100% block. This has to do with depression, mental health ratings and stuff, and people are going in and reading off exactly what's on the 100% mental health rating criteria. So total social and occupational impairment, like reading it off verbatim. And he's like, be advised, this ain't gonna work. They're gonna go dig into the situation, and you're committing fraud if you're lying and you're full of shit. So I totally agree. If your rating is your rating, the whole reason that I made this channel was I finally realized that I wasn't talking about my stuff, and I finally got rated, and then I was like, all right, cool. I'm kind of, decent with technology and all that kind of stuff. YouTube sounds like a challenge. Here we all are, Sunday night. Woot woot. So he's like, don't take any advice from people that's trying to make money from you, selling services, making money from YouTube views. It's your ass when all goes south, and that's absolutely correct. So as you're going through this, and I'm just speaking to the mental health part, there are guidelines. If you go in there and you just sprout off the exact verbiage, like you write it down or memorize it, and you're like, oh yeah, I have grossly inappropriate behavior, and I have this and this, like that ain't gonna fly. Oh, I have total social and occupational impairment. If you start using that verbiage, you're screwing yourself. If you have a legitimate mental health claim, absolutely go for it. Get those benefits. But if your records do not substantiate the info, you're being told to present. You could be reevaluated and relooked at. So he was just saying, by no means is this YouTuber, me, trying to misguiding you. He's just saying, be careful when anybody's trying to profit off the VA claims process. So to this, I would add a little caveat that everybody is profiting off veterans. The VA, everybody that works there makes money. CNP examiners make money. VSOs make money. Lawyers make money. It's a myth. Oh yeah, we're just helping you out, and we do it for free. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case you didn't already know. Not everybody's making money off of you, no matter who it is and how it is. But trust nobody is the point. So we got some what's ups. Good evening. Caught it. All right. So now that a few people are on here, I'm gonna just ask me questions. I have no script, no agenda. Just want to kind of throw that out there because it's important, right? Throwing bullshit claims out there. Uh, it's wrong. It's illegal, and your ass is gonna get caught. How's Clyde? Where is Clyde? I don't have the Clyde cam on. He's chilling. What up? Nice. I never was into knee dragging on street bikes. Um, I've ridden street bikes pretty much my whole life before I moved out to the cold weather, and always kind of my most favorite bike was a 2006 Hayabusa, and it's not a knee dragging kind of thing, but yeah, I stretched it out 6.5 inches and just tore ass all over the hood in that thing. That's what you did. I was living in California, and you go to the hood, and the cops drive around in cars because of the gangbangers, I guess, or something. And yeah, you don't wear a license plate or whatever, wear a license plate. You don't even have it on. You don't even need it. They don't chase you. So you could just go drag race all over Compton, Hawthorne, North Long Beach, on and on and on and on and on. And it was funny. Just go hook up and ride with these gigantic crews. So anyway, that's that. Your avatar reminded me of my street biking days. What up? What's up, Dante? Everett? Trump Pitts? We'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah, you got your CNP on Tuesday, huh? Don't bullshit them. You're in Texas? Where are you guys calling in from? I am in southeastern Idaho. Hi, Jennifer. I have to just tell you, your avatar just cracks me up. What kind of bike is that? It's like a Yama Kawasaki kind of Harley with a little teddy bear. I love it. How long does a BVA take? Forever. Avoid it. Clyde is 10. And you might notice he has a gimpy foot. He has separation anxiety. He's a service dog, but I mean, I don't take him with me everywhere. And he jumped off my balcony. Never did a balcony jump before. And I came home 2 years ago, and he just totally shattered his leg. And we had to take him to the hospital, had surgery. It's like, oh, like how's he not dead, And he was busted, but we fixed him up, and then the surgery didn't hold, so I had to take him back for a second surgery, and he made his legs stiff. I mean, just trauma. Like that dog is my entire life. It's the only thing I care about. So yeah, Clyde goes with me everywhere 100% now. Kind of funny. What's up, Tom? Tom found the Marine. Tom found the super chat button. I was just talking to you today about that. Right on, homeboy. Appreciate it. Personal questions. Where do I get my beard cut? Do I wax my back? Whatever. Ask stuff. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so how old's Clyde? How to go about testing for hypertension? No clue. Currently at 80%. Should your PTSD with a Nexus letter be enough to put you over the top? The verbiage is all wrong there. Should it be enough? Like you should know, and kind of like over the top. it's kind of like, fuck that. Get what you need and ram it up their ass and go over the top. Make sure it's over the top. Make sure that it's enough. So if you're like, I like where your head's at on this, but it sounds like you need more. Like you're lacking a little confidence, which is fine. This is the time to wonder, do I have enough? Do that before you file a claim. Absolutely. I hope that answered. I don't know. You'd have to look at it. I don't have TDIU. I don't have a base. Like, I don't even know where the nearest base is. I moved from Montana to Idaho, and it was Malmstrom Air Force Base. It was like 3.5 hours away. It was impractical to go that far. Oh, so you got a CNP exam next Monday, huh? You get headaches for weeks since the burn pits in Iraq. I'm about to retire. Oh, so you're still on active duty? Get your butt to the doctor for everything. Go tell them you want to get scoped for a colonoscopy, Gerd, x-rays of every body part you possibly can, any lung test, any respiratory tests, any heart tests, mental health tests, migraine tests, orthopedic conditions. Get it all checked out. So when you roll out, you're going to end up with a high rating. And you might even roll out if you have burn pit problems, which you obviously do, you might not even be able to get a job when you get out. So you play your cards right. You roll out with 100% P&T and retirement pay, I'm assuming. Yes, if you get over 50%, you'll get that too. And you could also get Social Security. So you could roll out with $6-7 grand a month. I don't know where you live, but a lot of people could live on that. I chose VA Claims Insiders because I'm doing what you guys are doing. I was just watching Brian's videos. I was like, damn, this dude makes a lot of sense. So not only did I decide to hire him, like simultaneously, I got it. And then I was like, I'm going to do the same shit this guy's doing. So I just started the YouTube channel and I haven't really shut up since. Now I'm in this live chat mode, trying to up my tech and my lighting and my second monitor and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's with VA Claims Insider, it's real simple. You get a veteran coach. They see hundreds of these claims go through. They just have a feel for, like I have a feel for what happens because I see a lot of decisions and, I don't talk to a lot of veterans, but I see a lot of decisions in the Facebook group and stuff. I just kind of know what the flavor is, what the temperature is out there. But regardless of the temperature, you jam in private medical evidence, it's going to clog them up. It's going to make it a lot harder for them to just flat out deny you. At a minimum, you show up with private evidence, evidence from a private doctor, they're going to throw you in a CNP exam, and it's up to you from there to do the rest. But that's how I chose VA Claims Insider, just YouTube. Can you get SMCS with 100% TDIU? Yep. You got one at 100%. Do you have another one at 60%? Don't have it off the top of my head, but I believe that is the rating criteria. Backlog for CNP exam. I don't know. You'd have to see, did you get your C file yet? And are all your conditions static would be my first question. If they're not all static, they ain't going to give you P&T. You've been watching videos to brush up. I hope that they were helpful. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you know what? I think you need that other card, not the I don't have my wallet on me. I think you need that brown permanent forever card. I don't know, could be. Oh, well, I guess that's if you're 100%. I don't know about access to bases. I don't even know where the nearest base is here. I live so far out in the middle of nowhere. It's just kind of funny, I guess. What's up, Donald? How you doing? Your avatar matches my shirt. Is there an amendment or law coming soon for space A for Space A? You mean the Space Force? No, that'd be pretty bitchin' though. I'd like to sign back up for that. Hey, you guys take crazy disabled veterans that are old? So 50% to get on base? That I don't know. And it's got 50% has a bunch of markers at that free park pass and stuff. You just got your 100%? Nice. Like in the last week? We talked, I think, right? So you'd be 51 in December? Oh no. I would probably let that 100% try that on for size for a couple months and see how you like it. And then see how bad you want to go open up your claim again and possibly lose it. How aggressive do you want to be with it? I don't want to anymore. I'm not interested in special monthly compensation. I'm happy with the 3106 / 3146 soon. Beauty starts within. Hello. You're welcome. When filing a secondary, do I use 526 EZ just like my first claim? How do I make sure it gets accepted as a secondary? Yeah, when you go into va.gov to file a claim, you'll be like, yeah, I want to file a claim, new claim. And like, are you sure? Yes. Really sure? Yes. And then like your intent to file will pop up. And then it will, I believe it'll list your disabilities. And you're like, do you want to file a claim for a new disability? Do you want to file a claim for a secondary claim? And then whatever your service connected for, it'll list them. And then you could just click on it and it'll pull it down and be like, file secondary claim to this. That's the online version of the 526 EZ. You can file about 20 different types of claims off of that. You've been waiting 5.5 years at BVA, remanded twice. Any advice? No, you're just where you're at, man. Sucks. That's kind of why I'm trying to get the word out. Make sure you file the claim right up front so you avoid what you're dealing with. There's nothing you could do. You filed your claim 5.5 years ago. That was your move, right? So you got lawyers are probably fighting on this, and nobody's in a big hurry to rush this through. I don't have any advice for you. I mean, you have to wait for your decision letter. Sucks that you've been in it for this long, and I hope you have a good lawyer because you can get, at least you'll get the back pay, so that'll be cool. But I guess that's my advice. Migraine CNP exam. My understanding is, do you have headaches? Yes. How often? You say how often. Like there's only like it's like a 5-minute deal. There's not much they can ask you. It's not like they can, it's not like you can go in and they could do any kind of test on you. Like, hey, how's it going? Can you migraine time? Let's see what your migraines are like. They don't work like that. So they're just going to ask you about them and when they started, how severe they are, the duration, severe economic inadaptability, all that kind of stuff. You read an article about a bill for cost of living allowance. Yeah, 1.3%, just like Social Security. I know that it sucks and it's low, and I got to fix my little. Yeah, can't. Just a second. Yeah, so it's low, but there's nothing we could do about it. It's 1.3%. Yep, secondary. That's funny. I'm like blocking my comments again. Yeah, you guys, Tom knows a lot of stuff. Steven, you got diagnosed with depression way back in January with a few other mental health disorders. Never had it before I had my ankle surgery. I'm filing a claim. File? Do I claim secondary to ankle surgery? If you're service connected for your ankle surgery, you can. That's probably where your depression's coming from, huh? But you can't just file it. It's not like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just file it. I got a diagnosis. Who diagnosed you? Probably some crooked doctor at the VA. They sure as hell ain't going to be writing you a Nexus or anything favorable. They might throw some pills at you, but they ain't going to go to bat for you. So you need a board certified psychologist to explain how your depression is caused by your ankle condition. Shoot, where were we? No, okay. So hope that helps answer your question there. No, I don't know anything about the family caregiver program. I don't have a family. Maybe and like Marine vet Tom, he's an old coot Marine Vietnam veteran. He might know. I only know what I know. I don't know anything about the family caregiver stuff. Sorry. Google it. Billy Bob, what's up? You rock. You're welcome, Joe. I'm trying. Hi, Larry. I don't know. I just I've always just not really talked about any kind of illegal drugs. It's till the federal government decides marijuana is legal or whatever. It's a scheduled drug, so I don't think it'll hurt your claim. But it's just one of those ones. Like if you're on active duty and you got a dirty piss test, they'll kick your ass out for sure the second time. I just look at it a little differently. You could drink and smoke and stuff like that, but I don't know if it'll hurt or not. I mean, obviously, if you're in a state where you're being prescribed it, it's different. But the federal government is completely different. It overrides, the state laws. Yeah, I used to have a lot of track days. Yeah, I never did. I just couldn't. It just scared me. I just like going fast. So we just go down on the hood and chop it up. Sure, why not? Why don't you try getting your chronic fatigue increased? I'd be more interested in doing that. See a rheumatologist. So you're going to file a claim and you're not 100, so you're assuming you're going to get it. That's optimistic. I like where you're at. Temper your expectations. Regardless of whether you get 100 or less, unless you're 100% PNT, yeah, you will be required to go back. And I mean, it's a medical disability. You got to go get help. If you don't get help and act like you have a disability to get treatment for, they'll just yank it from you and figure you're good. Can you file IBS as a secondary to Gerd? I'm sure it's possible. That's not one I would do, though. The symptoms overlap too much. Be careful with that. No, you're safe. If you're 100% PNT, the only time they'll reevaluate you if you have 100% PNT is if you're a dumb shit and you go file an increase or file for special monthly compensation and they reopen your entire claim and start reducing you. Stay away from the VBA and you're good. Keep going to the VHA. You don't have to go a whole lot. At least once a year, go to your physical, complain about your symptoms. What's up, Terry? Welcome. What's up, Jeff? Uh, yeah, I'm in Southeast Idaho. I'm 7, 8 hours away from Great Falls now. Cost of living. I lived in Southwest Montana, and it was just pretty rustic out there, which is fine. It's similar here. I live in the country, but I'm a little closer to Home Depot and Walmart and stuff like that. Like, it's nice to go to these stores early in the morning when nobody's around. It's getting colder again, so even less people will be around. But I like to be able to not have to go for a 2.5 hour drive to get to these big box stores for stuff. And then I bought a house, so I don't like paying somebody else's rent much either. Yay, a veteran can request to be permanent and total. Absolutely. It's kind of a, if you gotta make sure your disabilities are static. It's kind of one of those things like if you deserve to be permanent and total, they'll give it to you. It's not something you ask for. So if you're not static and you're under 50, probably not going to happen. Will your licensed vocational expert you hired help your TDIU claim? Sounds like a good question. You should ask him. What'd you hire him to do? Should be able to. If I don't know if you hired him to do something else, but if you hired him to do something else, I would definitely ask him if he'll help you with your TDIU claim for sure. CNP exam for anxiety coming up. Nervous because for the last year I was trying to avoid medicine. I'm wondering if I have lack of medicine in my. Nah, it's not going to hinder you. What's going to hinder you is if you avoided going to the doctor. Your lack of medicine won't necessarily hinder you, but and I just don't know what the deal is on the meds. I just kind of look at it like, they're a doctor. They're dumb shit doctors, but doctors nonetheless. So if they say, hey, do something, who are you as the patient to challenge a doctor if you're not one? So I take their meds and go to their treatments and all that kind of stuff. Terry's doing the promo. Upstate New York. Probably getting chilly up there, huh? Yeah, it's important. Like I said, I just don't know. I just kind of know the concept of if a doctor is saying, if your psychologist is saying you should see a psychiatrist and psychiatrists prescribe meds, I mean, I think you should at least try it. I mean, throw them away. You don't have to take them. But I think you should at least try them. It's a doctor telling you to do something. It's positive medical evidence. It would be silly. It's easy medical evidence. It'd be silly to not take advantage of that. The model Tesla I have is a 2015 Ram 1500 Hemi. Yep, good question. How do you get to 100% PNT? That is the magic question. If you get an answer, let me know because I would love to tell everybody. No, this is a vape pen. It's just tobacco, not wacky tobacco. Yep, you have pets yourself, no kids. Your animals are your kids. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's the that's the deal. No people, whatever. I mean, I go to the store. It's just a lot of effort for me to go to the store. I just when I get around people, I just get weird, so I stay away from them. So I understand. I consider PTSD to be the definition of PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder. There is a traumatic event that happened in your life, and there's a stressor, and that is the definition of it, and that's also what I consider to be PTSD. Yeah, I am so close to that. I should go. I have footage of that place. There's this gigantic uh, military surplus warehouse in Shelley, Idaho, which is south of Idaho Falls. I live close to it. Yeah, I'm like 20 minutes away from that place. It is the biggest army surplus store. It's ridiculous. They sell Hummers and Jeeps and all sorts of parts, and yeah, that place is bitching. I love going in there. I could touch on OSA. Let's see what we could touch on here. You're going secondary for neck back and secondary for PTSD. You have CPAP on meds for PTSD. Yep, you received an independent medical opinion. Um, I'm not sure how you did it or how you went about doing it, but I would definitely not file a obstructive sleep apnea claim directly secondary to PTSD. You need to address the weight gain part. They're going to blame weight gain. You're fatter than you were, for sure. So you need to take up the intermediate step or address the intermediate step, and that could be the meds. So you're headed in the right direction, for sure. Just I would just double check that independent medical opinion. But you got one, so that'll get you into the CNP exam pretty much. Yeah, I think I'm like, I don't know if I'm double answering these questions now or whatever. Back to the medicine stuff. Take them, kids. Take them, get them, and throw them in the trash can. Just get them. Who cares what you do with them? If you know they're going to give you a frontal lobotomy, keep tossing them. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. That's a sketchy way to go about it. I never really did it. I would just get them and like, this shit isn't working, but I would just keep, I'd probably just stop taking it and then tell them it didn't work. And because the medication they would give me was like baby aspirin dose. And it's like, I'm a hardcore, drinker, drug user in the past. I take Adderall, Xanax at high doses. Took Norco at high doses. Like, this baby aspirin approach isn't going to do shit for me. Give me whatever the adult dose is, double it. And then we'll see. Like, give me the full frontal lobotomy. You don't need to roll on. Like, it's not like my life's going to get any worse. You're not going to make me any more suicidal. Service members with an other than honorable discharge, you need to be upgraded. I don't know. I mean, I consider other than honorable discharge a veteran. And I made a video on this, but yeah, if you don't have honorable or general under honorable conditions, you can upgrade it. There's a lot of criteria. I mean, the bottom line is you're fine when you went in. You did some stupid shit and you got kicked out or discharged. I got kicked out. I have a general under honorable conditions. So I'm not honorable. I'm like general under honorable conditions. So I know what it's like to have mental health problems, not know what's wrong with you. And then they decide, hey, this guy's not worth saving. So I don't think the VA considers you a veteran, but I do, or your friend or whoever you're asking for. I don't know. I don't really know too much about TBI exams. They should. I should probably learn more. Yeah. Yeah, it can be if you do it wrong. If you file a sleep apnea claim and you have the diagnosis, the sleep study, the CPAP machine, and the independent medical opinion, if your doctor doesn't explain the link properly and address the weight gain and use the intermediate step, it's going to fail. I mean, it could slide through, but it's not a in the bag kind of claim to file. It seems like it would be because you have the sleep study and the diagnosis, but nope. We're rocking and rolling. Shit, 141 people. Combat Craig Q&A is rolling tonight, I guess. All right, cool. I know I'm behind, so I'm going to start hurrying up. Sorry. Richard, AJ. That's where I lived for 13 years. Bixby Knolls area, sound familiar? Yeah, Long Beach, VA. That place sucks. Weird. Are you just like asking the same question over and over again? 70 for mental health. Recently put in depression for my back as a secondary. Will they add it to your current mental health? Yes. Like there's a rare occasion where you're going to have a 70% mental health rating, and then I don't know what that is made up of. I'm assuming it's probably PTSD and anxiety or somatic symptom, something like that. But they're just going to add it in to your mental health rating. It doesn't happen 100% of the time, but it happens 99% of the time. If that makes sense. Main benefit is free healthcare. Like they have to go check out everything. PNT till you die. All right, I'm going to start moving. I'm going to move. I see super chats coming down. All right, I'm going down to the bottom and scrolling up. Thank you. Wow, that's quite an avatar. Sarcastic Taurus. Currently 50 for PTSD, 20 left arm, 10 lower back. Shall I do a secondary claim to my lower back with anxiety and depression or raise PTSD? Increase your PTSD. Same situation. I have 5 mental health conditions, diagnosis, all that kind of stuff, but 1 mental health rating. They just take the highest one, or most severe or whatever. Trendy-ish, I guess, maybe. So that's combat PTSD. Wrigley. So, like Long Beach Boulevard and Willow. That's Wrigley. Over by the 710, maybe. Yep. Know where. I was right on the border of Wrigley and Bixby Knolls. Glad I'm out of there. Hope you can get out soon. Thanks for the super chat, Terry. Thanks for the super chat. You're recently rated 50 for your back. I'm getting ready to be seen for anxiety and insomnia. Is there any chance for me to be rated at 100? Absolutely, but it's not really like a chance thing. If you have 50 for your back, which sounds weird, I think it's like 40 and 60, and it might be 50. I think it's 40 though. It might be something else. But if you file if your anxiety claim goes up to 70 or 100, yeah, you could get 100 out of that. You're probably going to end up with a mental health rating of 70, depending on how severe your symptoms are, which will get you closer, but you're going to end up being 80 or 90. And to scroll through, make sure I'm not missing any more super chats. Sorry, guys. Oops, there's another one, I think. No, I think Tom already did it. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. White House hotline's a waste of time, huh? Yeah, I can see that. I've never tried it. I could see it being a waste of time. Yeah, manage your expectations by understanding 38 CFR, the schedule for rating disabilities, and what your claims are. This isn't really somebody else got 100% for anxiety, so maybe I have a shot at it. It doesn't work that way. It's what is the severity of your symptoms? What can you prove? Right? And then you prove that and you file your claim, and then you still have to get through a C&P examiner and a rater. They have to see everything because you have evidence. And it's like, okay, this totally makes sense. It's logical. He or she's been doing this for a while. That's why I don't have him on. He's sick. I think I've been feeding him too many Menties. I saw another one. So The main difference between um, PTSD and combat PTSD is combat PTSD. They're gonna break it off a little easier and make it easier for you to prove your stressor based on your statement of your stressor. So I was in Desert Storm. I feared for my life. And then you're still going to need a severity of symptoms and stuff. So combat PTSD, they give you the presumption of, they don't make you prove the stressor. If you roll in with a halfway decent stressor, they'll believe it. But non-combat PTSD is PTSD from car accidents, military sexual trauma. It's different. You need to prove it. You need something to back up the stressor. You know, if it was military sexual trauma, did somebody get arrested for sexually attacking you? No. Do you have buddy letters from anybody that was around that witnessed what you were like after the event? Do you have your life went downhill and you got kicked out of the military after that because your life you got raped? So they make you prove that more. So that's the main difference between combat and non-combat PTSD. Yeah, but it's fear for your life, Will. Either way, you could fear for your life being in a combat zone, being attacked, being in a car accident, witnessing death, um, being involved in it. So feared for your life is the marker for sure, but it's the way they accept the stressor is the main difference. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you prove it. They still deny you. I proved it, but I was missing a diagnosis for it. Like you have to have a diagnosis as well. You're on a walker, no range of motion, and have rheumatoid arthritis. You should file a claim and get compensated for it. Are you compensated properly? Oh, it is possible. Yeah. So you have 100% for somatic symptom disorder, 10 for tinnitus, 0 for hearing. So I'm guessing, Rick, that you filed a secondary claim, somatic symptom disorder secondary to tinnitus, and you turned your little shitty 10% tinnitus claim and 0% hearing into 100%. Good job, man. I mean, not good job. Obviously, your tinnitus is horrible, but no, Social Security is totally different than the VA. If you're 100% permanent total, I definitely wouldn't use the same evidence that you have in the VA on your Social Security claim. And are you filing for SSI or SSDI? That's a big difference too. SSI has a financial cap, like if you make over a certain amount, but SSDI is Social Security Disability Insurance. You might have meant that. But I would get a private doctor for, yeah, SSDI. There's no such thing as a civilian friendly environment. Not that the veteran friendly environment is actually that real. It's totally different with Social Security. What is a combat vet? It's on your DD 214. They just shows where you were in service and where you were in combat. That's it. DD 214, section 18 is where mine is. I'm sure it's changed a little bit over the years, but yeah, you probably don't have a diagnosis or something like that, or you didn't file a combat PTSD claim and fill out the right paperwork. The 0781 is a stressor, something like that. I mean, that's what I did. I felt I didn't fill it out properly. Was missing the diagnosis. I don't miss the symptoms, and I've been complaining about it, and there's mentions of it, but I was missing a diagnosis. So go back in. But if it's not on your DD 214, Jerry, you're going to have a problem right there. That's the first place they're going to look for combat PTSD. Okay. Yeah, that's the other part about this not being a tough guy. Feared for your life is relative. What Tim feared for his life every day, who am I? What position am I in to say, oh, no, you're not. You're just full of shit and you're a pussy. That's not my job. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a raider. If he feared for his life for being on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier every day, then that's what happened to him, right? So it doesn't matter what made you fear for your life. I'm sure people were telling you to suck it up and quit being a pussy. But now I mean, I don't know how long you've been out, but now's not the time to do that. So, absolutely. A specific date and time where something got close to clipping you or that bungee cord thing got close to whacking you or something would make your stressor a little stronger, a lot stronger. Is asking for an increase on your percentage the same as doing an appeal? No, it's totally different. Um, if you ask for an increase, you're basically filing a new claim, asking for an increase, but you don't just ask, yo, what up, bro? Hook it up. I'm at 50. Throw me 100. You got to prove it. But if you get denied, then you will have to do the appeal part. Yeah, dude, secondary of 100% to 10% tinnitus. You guys need to listen to this dude, Rick. He knows how this game is played. 10% tinnitus and hearing loss reading, and lobbed in 100% secondary claim for somatic symptom disorder. No joke. I wouldn't apply for Tdiu while you're waiting. I mean, you have a claim going. And as Tom is saying, you can, but I mean, you have a claim going. I would wait for that to play out, get a decision letter. But yeah, the TDI and maybe the point that Tom's trying to make is TDIU should have been considered before you filed your claim. So you probably just blew by those parts of the online form, possibly. Just something to think about. I guess you could do it, but I would just, after you file a claim, I would just wait for it. All right, I'm going to put my little, just a second screen up. No, I don't have it. I guess it's going to have to be intermission screen. Just a second. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. And your chats, I see them better if you do a super chat. Just a FYI, they pop up in front of me. So I'm going to just scroll back down to the bottom because I get way behind. 146 people on here. 59 thumbs up. Hit those thumbs up, folks. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know. It's probably fake shoulder patch, Andy. Unknown. Um, no, I don't think so. That's why it's social and occupational impairment. Like you could be married and be completely mental, and then you could be unmarried and have a job and be uh, completely mental. Um, I don't think they're going to look at it as getting better, but keep going. It's definitely not a sign of you getting worse. So if that makes sense, like it's I don't think it's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you, but keep going and talking about your problems. The DBQ used to be needed until they decided to take away public use DBQs. You could still use them. There's a lot of them that are available still, but they have expiration dates on there. So you can still submit them. There's still medical evidence, but the rater might kick it back. But event or injury plus current diagnosis plus Nexus plus severity of symptoms. So the DBQ used to be the severity of symptoms. How long should a personal statement and a buddy letter from a spouse be? As short as possible, because you got to remember this guy or girl that's rating you. You're the eighth claim or 2,500th claim that I have no idea how many they rate every day. But you come on, your packet comes on their desk. I mean, get to the point. I'm this, I'm that. He sucks. He's an asshole. Like get to the point. You don't need to write a book. Um, like my personal statement probably was 4 pages long, and I whittled it down to one. So a couple of 3, 4 sentence paragraphs, I think, was mine. Just kind of think about the rater. Not like you need to care, but I mean, the reality is, make it easy for them to see the problem. Here's the problem. Here's here's how I see my problem. Here's what I suffer from. And then here's the medical evidence from my doctor supporting the problem that I claim to have. Robert, you're paying attention to the title, man. I like it. Ask me anything. Huh. I think I think a horse-sized duck would win because one horse-sized duck could step on a bunch of those little 10 duck-sized horses, right? I don't know. But I appreciate the humor. I don't know how Vertigo is service connected. Um, but I'm guessing you're probably going to need to tie it in as a secondary connection to something that you already have service connected. But I don't know what all your ratings are. I don't know. Watch out for pyramiding and stuff like that. If you don't know what pyramiding is, Google it. I'm just not sure where vertigo fits in to the. I'm pretty sure it's not a mental health thing, but could be. 30 years not service connected for military sexual trauma. Just spoke about it for the first time last year. You've been dragging that around for a long time. Um, you're still going to need you're going to need something. Your personal statement is your account of it. I would get a buddy letter from 30 years ago. I know that's a impossible ask. I mean, did anything? Did you get kicked out after it? Did your work performance go down? Do you have anything you could submit to support it that would be considered evidence? Since it's not a combat PTSD claim, you're going to have to do something to prove it. And definitely get a independent medical opinion from a private doctor. Don't let the VA doctor, they're just going to goof it up for you. Terry, my special promoter, Terry signed up through my link with VA Claims Insider end up with 100% P&D. Awesome. Yeah, it's better to type slow and type your questions in the comments and in the chats. I'm not much of a return the phone call or the email kind of guy. I'm a be on YouTube and answer comments here kind of guy. Kind of do it in front of everybody. Clyde, people want to see you. Come here. Get up. Dick. Hi. Clyde's good. What are you doing, boy? It's like, do you want to be on camera? Do you feel like it's minty time? Yeah, you're a pretty chill boy, huh? Okay, back down you go, bud. Welcome, Anthony. Yeah, that's pretty consistent in most states. You can get a disabled plate, a DV plate for one vehicle. Yeah, usually it's like 50%. I don't know. Some states are 100. Kind of weird. It varies. Go check out your own state's requirements. Yep, good one. A little angel emoji. Remember, PTSD, depression, and anxiety can cause stress. Stress eating, i.e., weight gain, i.e., not even wanting to do anything and not getting out of bed and not moving around and getting weight gain that way. Lots of different ways. The meds can cause them. And then that could be one of the causes of OSA. That is the intermediate step. You can have one claim open at a time, and you should have as few disabilities hooked onto that so you don't get a bunch of stuff deferred and it doesn't take 5 years. Yep. That's a good point, man. Like it's literally my life sucks and I want it to end because it sucks so bad. I've not, you know what I mean? Like it literally, the shorter the better on the personal statements. I know you want to, it's just a personal statement isn't time for you to explain your 25 years of suffering. They don't care. It's just going to slow them down. Just condense it. Just think of them as the rater that they are. They need to see you saying you have a problem and how severe your symptoms are. That's it. They really don't care about how you got to where you're at. Now, I think school loan forgiveness is at 100% period. I don't think you need to be PNT. And I think I said that and somebody corrected me. And if you know, please correct me again. You're welcome. Yep. 10 duck-sized ducks are aerial fighting versus 1 ground infantry duck. Yep. That would be the Air Force attack. Yeah, 3 claims at a time is good. Favorite sexy weirdo live. That's funny. You know, that's a good question. And a better question is, why didn't the professor just craft a rudimentary boat out of all those trees and just go sail back from Catalina back to Long Beach or wherever they filmed it? GAD is usually a underlying symptom of PTSD. And if you're stuck on PTSD, whether it's combat or non-combat, PTSD always has to have a stressor. So if you have problems with your stressor, then just file a claim for depression. No stressor required. You just need symptoms. Same thing for GAD. I'm cutting out. Same thing for somatic symptom disorder. Like if you have any problems with your stressor, ditch the stressor and just file a claim for depression. It doesn't matter if they pay you 100% or 70% for depression or PTSD. It's just the same amount of money. Cool. Call them tomorrow. Yeah, you're ringing the bell too much of the Salvation Army, huh? How do numerous low value claims add up? Poorly. They don't add up. The higher you go, literally every 10% little shitty lowball claim, 10% plus 10% equals 2. Like you'll be like, well, I'm at 89. I got another 10 percenter. All right, cool. Now you're at 90. Another 10 percenter. Now you're at 91. It's not exactly like that, but it's close. Get high value claims in there. I don't think it's even actually a rule. Come on, Clyde, give me some room. Go somewhere else. It's just kind of a just once you get over 55, they just don't look at you so much to reduce you, and will assume that if you're like the way you are, you're probably going to be like that for the rest of your life. So it's not really a rule. The rules kind of more apply to the 5, 10, and 20-year rule. Not Sleepy Joe. Get benefits from the state you reside in. Delete. Yep, Clyde's chilling. Okay, back to the bottom of the pile. You have to add up all your disabilities and calculate them yourself. Get your, you should be able to do that with e-benefits. So if you have 10 for tinnitus and you have 20 for your left foot, 30 for your back, and 70 for PTSD, you take the bilaterals first and calculate them, and then you take the highest to the lowest. And that will give you your exact number. And good question, because 90 could be anywhere from 85 to 94. Your VA problem list is not even close to the same thing as a diagnosis. I thought it was, but it's not. There's even diagnostic codes in there sometimes. It's not actual diagnosis that I'm aware of, especially for rating purposes. Unknown. Good thing to research for yourself, though, Robert. No, Scott. If you get a diagnosis for IBS, then you have a diagnosis for IBS. A medically unexplained illness, medically unexplained chronic it's called a MUCME, chronic multi-symptom illness, is not IBS. It's something that can't be diagnosed. It's complicated, I know. But if you have a diagnosis for IBS and you can prove it, you can prove service connection, that's an IBS claim, not a MUCME. But you might have other MUCMEs. Yeah, disability calculator will help, but a lot of them just do the rounding for you. And we're trying to look for the look for the exact percentage. Yes, the super chat is supporting the Combat Craig channel. Absolutely. Less likely, but doesn't mean they're not going to do it anyway. Yeah, you can file whatever conditions you want, but you need a doctor to explain what the relationship is. It makes logical sense to me. I believe you all day long, but I'm a jackass in a cowboy hat. You need a doctor to explain it. You can explain it in a personal statement, a very short one, but a doctor, he's got to do the nexus. That's your problem. You're going to need a nexus, diagnosis, and severity of symptoms. Yep, scan and upload everything when you file your claim. I don't know about all of your medical records. I would all relevant medical records. You don't need to go scan and upload 15,000 pages. You just need the 2 or 3 that are relevant. If it's something that's active duty service, chuck the 3 in there where it mentioned foot, different 3 different foot injury times or whatever. I mean, you could upload it, but it's just now you're giving them a whole bunch more stuff they have to go rooting through. Delay, deferred. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it would help your mental state. I mean, I'm 52 and I'm 100% PNT, but I still worry about it because I have a mental state. So, um, I mean, always worry is just, like just get treatment. It's not like you have to worry about them reducing you at 100% PNT. They're not going to send you. You have no future exams scheduled. If don't file more claims and don't be stupid and do special monthly compensation, that'll definitely not help your mental state. Just stay where you're at and go keep seeing them once or twice a year, and you're good. Yeah, some states are cool about property tax. A super sticker. You had my first super sticker. Oh, you might be the second one. Anyway, thank you. Um, Clyde needs a minty, but I think he had too many. You're welcome, Tim. You're good. Pretty much. I mean, you're good, dude. Just keep going in for your once a year. You're fine. They're not gonna mess with you. I'm just super paranoid, so sorry. I know that rubs off. You got diagnosed for PTSD. The psychologist cited this on her notes on your medical record. So you got a diagnosis and a diagnostic code. Do you know that for a fact? Like you've seen it? Like it's diagnosed with PTSD? That obvious? That should work. Um, and it should be valid to the rater. Not sure what kind. Is it combat PTSD or is it a different kind? You still need the Nexus part. You still need to the VA doctor if that's where you got it the diagnosis from. First, you have to check to see if you have it, and after that, then you need the severity of symptoms because that's where your rating's going to come from. And then you're going to need the nexus, the link between your current diagnosis of PTSD and where it came from. I mean, it should be obvious, especially if it's combat. Um, but they have problems finding it for some reason because they're retards. Wow, that's a lot of shit. A retroactive higher rating. Mm, these lawyers, once you get a hold of them, they're not super responsive, but they know all these loopholes. I would probably just, I don't, I'd probably just go with them. You already filed it. You already got 100% for some of them. I don't know yeah, he's trying to get more back pay. I'd be getting, I don't know. I guess it's up to you. It's your call. You can fire them whenever you want. You've waited 5 years to get a hearing. Yeah, I mean, if you sit and wait around for the VA to make a move for you, like, don't you guys remember the military? Like, they'll wait around until your ass dies. They'll, perfect. He's not causing any problems. Let's make him wait for 60 years. So, yeah, you got to be proactive. Get in there, get aggressive. Don't take no for an answer. Don't go in there and shoot the place up, but don't let them push you around either. Figure it out. Get to your patient advocates, to your VARO. Like, get it done. Just, and I'm just saying that it's way easier said than done for sure. But I mean, think about it. Like, nobody cares about your claim. We all want you to win, but nobody cares because nobody has to live with it and deal with it. So you got to take charge of your claim and own it and handle it somehow or another. All right, we got 146 eyeballs on me still. 87 thumbs up. We need more thumbs up, people. Good crowd tonight. Want to see my there's my desktop. Hopefully I don't have any porn lurking around. Shit, I better close it. Who knows what I've got going on here. Okay. You just had a CNP exam for PTSD due to MST last week. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen overnight. You probably got a couple of months. Yeah, be patient. Yeah, I mean, it's waiting game. You filed a good claim. You backed it up with medical evidence and actual evidence. I know. I mean, you've been dealing with this military sexual trauma for a long time. It's hard to just like, you want to get it over with, but you got to wait for the process to play out. At least you didn't wait 27 years to file it. Not that that's wrong. It's just what a lot of us do. I would expect a re-exam in 2 years, but keep going. And whatever you're service connected for, at least go at least twice a year. I mean, once a year is probably enough, but don't do just enough. You're getting 70%, right? That's $1,400 a month, tax free. You can find it in your year to go to the VA twice. Lots of good secondaries. Combat, some things come to mind: migraine headaches, any kind of headaches, Gerd, IBS, sleep apnea. Combat PTSD or any PTSD is a heavy mental health claim. So anything, I would be looking at medications you take for your mental health conditions, and then like sleep apnea, Gerd, IBS, that kind of stuff. Intermission time, real quick. All right, let's see what we got here. Good, Tim. I try to ease everybody's mind. But really what my whole goal of this channel is to get you thinking that you served, you deserve compensation if you have a problem. And then like that's it. That's it. It's up to you. Now you have something and you're like, all right, cool. I served, I deserve. Now you got to figure it out. Nobody's going to care about your claim. Nobody you hire, nobody that's going to charge you, nobody that's going to not charge you. Just a heads up. Free is shitty for sure. Like I'm sure a lot of people do free stuff that works, but just, you get what you pay for. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I want to get you, thinking, headed in the right direction, and then file a good claim so you don't end up sitting in the BVA for 5.5 years. Like somebody else in here was asking me about, educate yourself and file a good claim. And I mean, it's not like you're going to file it and go, oh, I got a winner, I could just chill. It's not going to be like that. It's going to drive you nuts until you get your rating. But at least you knew you filed a claim that could stand up in court if you have to go fight for it or hire a lawyer. But, lawyers are lawyers. They're not taking your claim. It's on purpose. They're not going to make money off of you. You're asking about a valid fear. Valid fear for your life is your perspective or perceived valid fear, right? So unknown. It's not up for me to determine. If you feared for your life, you feared for your life. That's the bottom line. That's all that matters. A sleep apnea CNP exam. How do you talk through it? They can't. They already have the data, so they have the numbers. They have the fact that you have, however hypoapnea events or whatever that name is. So it's really it's very similar to migraines. Like, so you have sleep apnea, huh? Yep. You filed it secondary to this. Yep. Like, they can't make you sleep. They can't watch you breathe. They can't watch you gasping for air. So it's pretty softball-ish in the CNP exam for sleep apnea. But the VA rater is not going to be softball with you. If you don't prove it properly, they're just going to deny it. Yeah, exactly. This is Tom's right on the money. 5 questions, 10 minutes. I mean, what can they do? They can't make you go to sleep. You have sleep problems. I don't think so. How many claims did you file? Oh, sorry, misread it. Asked for 4 more ankle x-rays. So you were probably going in there saying that your condition is worse than they thought it was, so they're asking for more x-rays. I don't think that's a bad thing. Damn. 47 years. Yep. But you got something, right, Joseph? And you're working on another one? I think you're working with Alex. Yeah, with Terry. That's what I'm saying, you guys. In the, your situation sucks. You're 29 years old. You've been in the BVA for 25 years. And I know I say don't compare yourself to other veterans, but there's a lot of us. Took me 27 years to pull my head out of my ass. Took Terry 30. Took Joseph 47. Like, there's people that, I've waited a long time to just even figure out we even qualify for any of this stuff. Yep. Don't procrastinate, but don't do it improperly too. It's all about education. You're going to have to dig into this. Tom, I talk to Tom on a weekly basis about this kind of stuff. No, you can? Sorry. 140 watchers, 104 thumbs up. More thumbs up. Altered gait, but off and on over 40 years. Will that work with secondaries? Yep. Not sure what your service connection is for, but your altered gait, let's say your altered gait is because of your service connected 10% low ball shitty rating in your left foot. You can file a secondary in your right foot, your left ankle, your left knee, your hips, your back. I mean, you've been walking with an altered gait for 40 years. I guarantee you have problems in your body you don't even know about. More to go, absolutely. I use them too. And it wasn't that they were unhelpful. They just didn't know shit about secondary conditions or medical evidence. So, yeah, you got problems. That was my first claim I had AMVETS. So, yeah, I was able to walk out with 10% for my foot. Great, it's a win. It's service connected. I mean, in retrospect, I should have walked out with 100% in 1991, but I got 10% in like 2008. So they helped, but not really. I mean, they didn't actually know what the hell they were doing. But I hear you. I mean, it is what it is. You are where you are, right? This one's it's a relative question. I think it's good, solid medical evidence to have medication history through the VA. The VA won't prescribe me the stuff that I take, so I keep updating it to them. You know, we don't want your internal medical records. Take them anyway. 30% for hemorrhoids. Yep. Hemorrhoids are obviously not IBS. Um, did you have to get a colonoscopy to prove the severity of symptoms to warrant a 30% rating for hemorrhoids? That's gnarly, but good job. You got it. These hemorrhoids and Gerd and gut and internal and bowel and all those kinds of claims, I guarantee you they're living in all you guys. Look them up. Running below on the comics. It can be. Chronic fatigue can be associated with PTSD. It is not a mental health rating. I have 60% for chronic fatigue, and it was due to my orthopedic condition. So I'm not 100% sure on if PTSD, how big of a factor it was or wasn't. Um, but it could be, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, you shit blood daily. So you have, right. No joke. That sucks, man. But that's what you do, right? You be honest and truthful. You shit blood daily. You wear pads for anal leakage. Yeah, I mean, we have like serious problems. Quit being embarrassed about your problems and go file a claim for them and prove it. I know. It's funny. It's funny that my mic picks up that I'm taking a piss. Yeah, that happens a lot, Robert. If you file too many claims, you are just opening yourself up for um, a deferment of claims. Like, think about it. If you file one claim, 8 disabilities. If you make it completely clear on 3 or somewhat clear on 3 and it's fuzzy on 5, they're going to defer stuff. They're going to just put it off and go figure out how to come up with some kind of answer on it later on. So if you file 2 or 3 disabilities in a claim, it's going to make it harder to do this the deferral part. Yeah, that's it. It really is going to be you have the CPAP machine. Obviously, I went to the sleep study. I have the CPAP machine. Didn't file a claim for it. I understand how to talk through a CNP exam, but it really depends on Your Nexus. It's your Nexus is everything. You need to explain how your sleep apnea is connected, and your weight needs to be a factor, and there needs to be an explanation for it. Yeah, you're on individual unemployability. Yep. Well, you're set for life minus the stuff, but I keep throwing your stuff up here because, yeah, it is embarrassing as fuck. Absolutely. But a lot of these things are. A lot of these disabilities are, but you got to talk about them. There's a lot of people with 100% PNT and get Social Security. I like to say the average rating for Social Security disability, there is no average. I just throw one out there. It's like 1,400 bucks. They take Medicare out and maybe your plan, Part D prescription plan or something. But yeah, I mean, you get a 100% PNT and SSDI. Yeah, 5 grand a month. I mean, on the low end, it's 4 grand. Exactly. Never give up. Don't accept no, but be careful how you fight. Don't be cocky and don't go in there shooting the place up. That ain't gonna do anything for you. You got to be tactical. Just remember, every time that you're talking to a VA doctor, their mouth is open, they're lying to you, and they want you to die or quit, and they're just trying to retire. So no matter how friendly they are, this is not a CNP examiner. This is your treating physician. Just remember, VA is the enemy. Just be aware of what you're saying to them, because everything you say can well be used against you somewhere down the road. Cool. I mean, not cool that this happened, but cool that you found out that you're figuring it out. Yeah, your painkillers, IBS, trazodone, not mentioned. Maybe that's erectile dysfunction as well. Yeah, yeah. These medications do all sorts of stuff, and they tear you up, and they cause a medications cause a lot of secondary conditions, and it's just not something that sounds like a natural thing to file a claim for. It is. File it. Yeah, no, we all feel like that. Um, you feel like you're asking for welfare and you're being a piece of shit mooch, and maybe another veteran, you're taking money out of his mouth or something, but it's not like that. But everybody feels like you're begging and moochy, and yeah, just get over it. I don't know, we're all here on this YouTube channel, so you're getting closer to getting over it, and you're LOLing as well. But yeah, different different mentality. You're not a beggar. You served, you deserve. I don't think there's an average time to get results from a CNP exam. Who knows? I mean, it could take 2 days or 4 months. On average, it's slower now than it was before all this stuff. All right. It has been, wow, an hour and a half. I rambled on. All right. One more quick break, and then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm back. Being broke is a great motivator. Absolutely. Being disabled is a great motivator too, once you figure out where your disabilities came from. You're 100% permanent and total. You still have a job. You were able to, prove your claim up and still have a job. Happens a lot. I don't think they're going to come after you. I would say no. What's up, Ken? Holy shit, you guys are asking a lot of questions. All right, I guess I'll stay here for. Maybe I need another White Claw. What questions should you be asking about special monthly compensation? I would Google special monthly compensation. There's lots of different ones. Some of the more popular ones are special monthly compensation K, which is loss of use. That's what they call erectile dysfunction and female arousal disorder. Special monthly compensation S, I believe that's housebound. One disability at 100, one at 60. There's a bunch others, but one more break. We're going to stay here for a while, I guess. Keep this party going. I muted myself. Yeah, why don't you answer your phone, Ted, you loser? I will hit you up tomorrow. Yep. That's why there's both social and occupational impairment. Nothing spells social impairment like 5 divorces. I know that PTSD was a factor for sure, too. Best practices for approving a Nexus. Go to a person that wears a white coat that has the words MD after them. A PA will work, a nurse practitioner will work, but the doctor approves the Nexus, not you. Absolutely. Don't think I've seen that one, but everybody's different, right? So you have 20, 30%, or you just saying 100% out of the gate. You'd have to be service connected for something, even at 0. But you could get 100% for medication side effects. It would have to be in like a Gerd or, now that wouldn't work. There's a way to do it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Good question, though. Good curveball. Yeah, I recommend VA Claims Insider to just help period. Collect evidence, put you in front of a doctor, put you in front of a veteran coach that like keeps you from jumping off the bridge every week, and you want to change your claim around and stuff. Good question. I was in a chronic fatigue C&P exam, but I did not file a chronic fatigue claim. So I was in it, but that's what the rater came up with. I got diagnosed with chronic pain syndrome in my feet, and they rated me with chronic fatigue syndrome, and I believe it's because I'm a Gulf War veteran, and I was also awarded in that same claim combat PTSD. So I'm not sure. I had a fibromyalgia test, and they poke you like 18 places. All right, scrolling down to the super chat. Thanks, Anthony. Can the VA reduce your rating for seeking treatment? That's the $1 million question. I would say no, because you're seeking treatment. And it's not like I'm a vast wealth of knowledge or some kind of doctor or lawyer or whatever. Just kind of in my experience of really immersing myself in this for the last year and a half, it's when you're not seeking treatment. But I mean, you could be seeking treatment and then getting better and telling them, oh yeah, I'm happy as shit. I just got laid for the first time in 5 years. And you go in, you have a happy day. It's not a happy day. So don't go tell them it's a happy day. Hopefully that helps. So you can move yourself backwards, I would say, for lack of better words. But at the same point, you're still going and seeking treatment. So it's totally understandable. Before they're going to go reduce you, they need a reason. So, oh, you had 2 good days and then 17 years of bad days. Like they're going to need more than that. What's your 90%, Angie? Shitty place to be stuck at for sure. You're so close. $2,000 a month. Need to make that $1,200 a month jump. High value claims. This is where it starts getting tactical and interesting. And if you thought VA claims was like fun and easy and stuff, once you get to 90, it is all about the chess game. Yeah, I don't think anything's a slam dunk, but yeah, I busted my foot and boot cast and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was pretty clear, but I still pointed it to him. Here's the paper where it says I got a cast. Nothing's a slam dunk, I don't think. But better, like you have evidence. I would go get your claims file and find it. Awesome. My 3rd super sticker. You're welcome. I'm here to help. You just got in here. Not sure if asked already, but do you have to file a new claim in order to apply for unemployability? If you have a current claim pending right now, no, and you don't. You don't. Bottom line, no. Tdiu can be stuck on to another claim. You might have not checked the box or something. Double check it, but I'm pretty sure no. Thanks, Robert. I try. No, Tom. I don't know that acronym, BPPV. I don't think there's anything you could do about it. Let me know what BPPV is. Guess I could Google it. I'm not going to do it live though. But you already have 100% PNT and you just got out. So that's going to end up being whatever it is. It's not like it's. I really would doubt that it would risk your P&T status, and I don't think you could really like undo it. In the middle of it. Good question, Scott. Yeah, secondaries are same thing. I should probably do a screen share on that. So when you file a claim for a secondary condition and it gets service connected, it's just service connected. There's only one kind of service connected. Service connected. So and it's weird. It was weird for me to understand the whole concept of secondaries. And it's like, well, do they pay less? No, they pay the same. So once you get them service connected, you have your tinnitus, you file your secondary claim to tinnitus, that gets service connected. Then you file your another. It's unlimited. You can keep filing secondaries on top of secondaries until you get to the compensation you deserve and earned. Yes, or the short version. Thank you, Robert. They're the same as primaries. But actually, primary service connection is not a thing. It's called direct service connection. But primaries is the best way to explain it. It all counts together, yes. Cool, and welcome, Scott. Angie, what are you talking about? You're 90% getting laid? I was just asking. You guys are getting funny. Perfect. Bring the humor on. 136 of you are still on. 112 upvotes. We're rocking and rolling. I got my cowboy hat. It's a Stetson at the local cowboy store. But I am going to be doing some Combat Craig merch here. I'm ordered some shirts, and they're going to be if they don't suck, I'm going to put them on YouTube. But I should get a cowboy hat. Yes, you can get a higher percent for sleep apnea, and that I actually can pull up. 100% rating for sleep apnea. I'm just going to read it to you. Where is it? Okay, so 100% VA compensation for sleep apnea. It's the highest rating. It's assigned for chronic respiratory failure with carbon dioxide retention or where the veteran requires a tracheostomy, if that's the way I spelled it right. So yes, you can get a 100% rating for sleep apnea, but you need to have chronic respiratory failure, which sounds pretty serious, and with carbon dioxide retention in that, or you need the tracheostomy. So you can get it, but you ain't going to get it with a CPAP. T-shirts are going to be available, and so are hoodies. I've heard about that. Literally getting my sister got that done. Yeah. So anyway, I get shots in my back. So I would imagine that getting them literally burned are a next. I get what you're putting down. You're still at 10%. Because you are not filing a claim and proving it. Like you got out and they gave you a little shitty lowball rating for your back at 10%, however long ago it is, and your claim is 10%, and then you're going down the VHA, the treating physician, and they're like, man, you got bad back problems. You probably already got the shots. Now we got to carterize your stuff. But it does not make it over to the VBA. You have to go in there and call it out and file a claim for it. And even with it, this is where it gets even more fucked up. If that solves the problem, the VA will be like, problem solved, and they'll keep you at 10%. So I would file a mental health rating. Somatic symptom disorder, depression, anxiety, just to name a few things off the top of my head. Good night, B. Ray. All right, I wore one person out. Yeah, ask in the comments. VA Claims Insider might be able to help. Support at vaclaimsinsider.com is a good email address if you have any questions. I focus on the YouTube channel. And yeah, I hope that this is my point is I'm trying to just ramble on. I got some weird knowledge locked inside of me, and I'm trying to just get it out there for you guys so you can listen and get ideas. But if you want actual help, support at VA Claims Insider is an email address that you see if they could help you out. I'm gonna have to look that. I'm gonna make a note. BPV is. I don't know anything about vertigo. I'm gonna write that up here. Shit, where's my notepad? No. There's enough of you guys talking about vertigo, so I don't know anything about it. I mean, I get the concept, but I don't know how it's rated or whatever. All right, good night, everyone. Now we're starting to roll off. Perfect. You need to submit a high value claim to get to 100. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, you already got the shots. That's no joke. Oh, that's fun. It's like, hey, show me that needle. That fucking thing's like 3 inches long. But yeah, they're just going to keep you at 10% because you're not, you're dealing with the VHA and you're not communicating with the VBA. Dude, I guarantee you, and there's no guarantees, but I mean, dude, I guarantee you, go lob in a mental health claim, unless you're already service connected for combat PTSD. Just, you could get there. 10% is a bullshit rating for what you're dealing with your back. Because you got blown up too, probably. Shameful what they do. They charge a lot. Well worth it. Best investment in your life. I probably spend the amount of money I've spent on VA Claims Insider buying dumbass shit on Amazon in a year. I think it's 30%, RJ. That's the magic question. It seems it's so all over the board. I mean, people file claims now in this climate, and they're like winning them in 2 weeks, like complete everything, no CNP exam, makes no sense. Yeah, you can make all sorts of JP5. That's like probably like Agent Orange kind of shit. Not that bad, but same kind of thing. Absolutely. It. What did the JP5? What did the jet fuel do to you? You know what did it? What is it affecting? Is the way you attack it. The VBA is the. Sorry, I think I threw two analogies. The VBA is the Veterans Benefits Administration. That's where you go file a claim. If you're getting shots in your back and getting your shit carterized together, you are dealing with the Veterans Health Administration. Those are the VA regional offices. So the VBA is the Veterans Benefits Administration. They're the one that handle paying your ass, and it makes no sense. Like it's the VA. There's three wings of the VA: Veterans Health Administration, Veterans Benefits Administration, and I can't remember. It's like cemetery or something. It's where you go to die. Yep. More vets helping vets. Oh, sleep study's fun. So you're going to roll in there. They're going to hook you up with a bunch of probes all over the place. I had them stuck in my beard, this weird goopy shit. And yeah, I powered probably about 4 Xanax and 2 Trazodone. Like I doubled up just to make sure that I got sleep. I was like, how the hell am I going to sleep with all this stuff? So you're going to sit there in your sleep study and they put probes on you, you know, like on your legs and nipples and shit, whatever. They put all these probes on you and then they like wire it over to this box and then they could disconnect the box if you have to go take a piss. And there's a camera on you. And if you have to take a piss, like, oh yeah, if you have to take a piss, just ask me. Like, I'm 50. I've never asked to take a piss in my life. If I was a kid, I just pissed in my diapers. I got to take a piss. He's right there on the walkie-talkie, like, okay, be there in 20 seconds. So it's kind of weird, but no clue what yours is going to be like. Your goal is to sleep and get some data and see if you have sleep apnea. That is correct. Awesome. Glad to see you live as well. I appreciate you're thinking I'm doing a great job. How much is your, look it up. It's like 1,400 or something. Filed your Tdiu claim yesterday. You took FMLA. What is it? Family medical leave, blah, 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 something like that. Till the 30th. Unknown, but you're taking the right steps, right? Like, hey, I want to do the Tdiu thing, but I want to keep my job. like you took that step. Like you got put on disability, right? You didn't get fired. You wouldn't be on FMLA if you got fired. You got put on disability, I'm thinking, or something like that. I think you're taking the right steps. I mean, nothing says I can't work, then I'm on disability for not working. Lisa's special. Not sure what that means. Nothing said by the examiner. So they just said you're full of shit, probably. You're 50%. You can't raise that. I'd raise something else. You're gonna. The only higher rating for sleep apnea is 100, and you need to have like carbon dioxide problems and all sorts of other problems. All right, kids. I'm out of here. Thanks for spending the evening with me for an hour and 55 minutes. I think this might be a new record. I will see you soon, I'm sure. Good night.